Hi there, welcome to this video where I'm going to give you some insights into how I help my clients lose anywhere between 40 and 28 pounds in 12 weeks. This is without going on a crazy diet or ever having to give up their favorite foods and drinks. Now, despite what you've heard about fat loss or weight loss and all the fad diets like keto, Atkins, intermittent fasting, and all the other crazy things like weight loss pills and shakes, there is only one way to lose weight, and that is to be in a calorie deficit. So all you need to do here is make sure that you consume less calories than you burn. So how do I do this with my clients without making it a calorie counting exercise? There is a part of my program in about week 4 where I suggest that my clients go onto MyFitnessPal and start tracking some of their calories. This really is just to give them an idea of what calories are in different foods so that they can start, getting a better idea of what they're eating. But to be honest, most of my clients don't even have to use this, but the option is there if you want to do it. There is a way of working out the amount of calories, but to be fair, what I do with my clients is I get them into a state where they will lose 1 to 2 pounds a week without having to do this. So get a paper and pen ready now, because I've got 6 tips for you. These 6 tips or 6 areas are the things that I do with my clients to help them lose the 14 to 28 pounds in 12 weeks. Okay, so here's my tip number 1. And that is to be aware of what you're eating. Okay, when we're aware of what we're eating, then we can do something about it. So all I get my clients to do is to create a 2 to 3 day food diary. And the best way to do this is to have a visual of it. So what I want you to do is take a picture on your phone of everything that you're eating during the day. So that's breakfast, lunch, dinner, any snacks and drinks that you're having. Remember, there are calories in drinks as well, so we need to be aware of that. And then when you get this information, what we can do is we can sit down and have a look at it, and then we can make some and we can decide on what better choices we can make with what you're eating. So that's the first thing, create a food diary. If you need any help with this, what you can do is you can book a free 15-minute discovery call with me, and you can bring those pictures to me and we can actually go through them together. So the second thing is to make sure that you get into a habit of eating 3 times a day. Now, you might say to me, Tim, but I don't eat breakfast, and that's okay. But the advantage of eating 3 times a day, so breakfast, lunch, dinner, is so that you get your body into a pattern of eating. And what it does is it helps sort something out called hunger cues. So sometimes you may think that we're hungry, but it might mean that we're just thirsty. So by eating 3 times a day, it gets your body into that regular pattern of eating, and it just tells your body when you're hungry. It does take quite a while to do if you haven't done it for a while. And if you don't eat breakfast, then make your breakfast the first meal of the day. So if you don't eat breakfast, but your first meal of the day is 12 o'clock, make sure you start from 12, then every 3 to 4 hours have something to eat. So that's my second tip, is to try to get in the pattern of eating 3 meals a day. My third tip is more about nourishment. Okay, it's about being aware of nourishing your body rather than just eating for the sake of it. So what I try to get my clients to do is to get into an 80-20 state. And all that means is eventually I want them to start eating healthily 80% of the time, and then allowing themselves some slack. And so in that 20% of the time, they can eat the things that they like, like the pizzas and the pastas and the wine and the beer and things like that. But initially, the balance might not be there. So it might be I get a client that I take on, and initially it's more, it could be 20-80 the other way around, or it could be like more 40-60 or 50-50, or even 60-40, something like that, but the other way around. So they're eating healthily less of the time. So my aim for them is just to get them to the state where they're eating more healthily most of the time, but still giving themselves leeway to have the things that they like to eat and drink. So I think that's tip number 4. Tip number 5 is to eat more protein. So eating more protein will help you keep full for longer. So what that does, it reduces the amount of snacking that we do during the day. So eating, say, like eggs for breakfast is going to fill you up for longer, and then that'll stop you like getting hungry until your next meal. The other thing about protein is it has a higher thermic effect. All that means is it takes more energy for the body to break it down. Okay, so it's not a significant amount, but everything adds up at the end of the day. And if you're eating more protein, then you're making your body work harder and burning more energy to break it down. Okay. So another thing about protein is it is involved in the muscle building process. So if you're doing resistance training or anything that requires muscle building, eating more protein is good because it helps repair and build muscles. If you're building muscle, then what you're doing is you're helping raise your metabolic rate to burn more fat. So protein is involved in that process. So that's another reason why you should try to eat more protein. So I think that was tip number 4. So this is tip number 5, and that is drink more water. The reason for that is, if you look at it the other way, if you're dehydrated, that's not very good for losing weight, because what it does, it makes you sluggish and it slows your body down, especially your blood flow. So drinking 1 to 2 liters of water a day, or getting used to drinking 1 to 2 liters of water a day, is a good idea. The other thing about drinking water is, like I said before, sometimes you think you're hungry, but it's just that you're thirsty. So drinking more water will fill you up as well and stop you snacking. So that's tip number 5, wasn't it? Tip number 6 is reduce but don't restrict. Now, all that means is, instead of cutting things out of your diet, like high sugar carbs, try to get to the point of the 80-20 where you're just reducing it, but still keeping it in your diet if you want to. Because if you restrict yourself too much, what that means is that you will crave more of that stuff. So if you just give it up suddenly, your body's not used to that. So your body is going to want to crave that. So you'll do it for a while, but then, and you will lose weight for a while, but by restricting, you're just creating this gap for craving. Okay, so that's why I don't do this all or nothing approach. All or nothing approach is going on a diet. All or nothing approach is cutting things out that are not good for us, like alcohol and, carbs, pasta, pizza, things like that. So my approach is to gradually get into the habit of eating more nutritiously and cutting down on the things that are more calorie dense, that are going to not help us get into a calorie deficit, but we don't want to eliminate them altogether. And we don't want to eliminate them straight away. We want to gradually do that. So anyway, I hope those 6 tips helped you to get some understanding of how I help my clients lose anywhere between 14 and 28 pounds in 12 weeks. If you need any help with this stuff, please feel free to message me. We can jump on the phone, book a quick 15-minute discovery call. You can do that. There's a link on this website to do that. And bring that food diary to me, and I'd like to have a look and start helping you. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.